Take your seat and wait for the show to start. A story about the natural laws of the world is about to begin.
Hello everybody, welcome to my very first review of a game that I've been eagerly anticipating, which is Digimon Story Time Stranger. Now in my opinion, this is a huge upgrade over Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, and Hacker's Memory. I put quite a few hundred hours into each game, but in this one at least I feel like it's been improved in the best possible way. One of the big improvements that might seem controversial to some is the standing still to regenerate SP and HP. Now I don't know about those of you watching this if you've ever played them, but you used to have to spend money to recover HP and SP. However, if you spammed big moves like I did, that often came at the cost of a lot more items. Now, to offer an explanation to those who may not know, but in Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, you used to have to use your item and then it would consume your turn of said Digimon that used it. Now here in Time Stranger, you actually can use an item before your turn and then still continue the turn. However, it does cut off your ability to use items for the remainder of the round, i.e. your 3 Digimon turn. Now the Digiline, which was a fun little way to talk to your Digimon, actually has a purpose in this game, as you can change the personality type, which used to be things like builder, etc. in the previous games. You can now change those via talking to your Digimon when you're standing still to recover said SP and HP. Now one of the biggest upgrades I feel also involving gameplay was the ability to change your passive. The biggest example of this to me was the ability to have a Wizardmon, which was a champion level Digimon. When he cast heal, he was actually able to recover SP of the person he healed. To me, what I feel is going to be really good is when I can take my Vikemon and give him a heal, or hopefully at least inherit one, then he can be able to heal and support without actually having to be the big damage dealer. Now this brings me to difficulty. A lot of stuff you'll see about this game is that it is not hard. There is a normal, an easier, and a hard, but there's also Mega and Mega Plus. That being said, there is an issue where people will say, oh, it's not hard enough, don't buy it. Don't listen to them. If you want to play a game and you want it on the easier side, there's nothing wrong with that. I myself love a great challenge, and I am not afraid to grind, but some people are not like that. Next part we're going to talk about really quickly is the voice acting. As you can probably hear lightly in the gameplay footage, it is English voice acted. The game being voice acted is a big plus to some people over those who did not want to hear Japanese voices and wanted to hear the English voices. Another system we got was the talent tree system involving the different bonds you can have with your Digimon. A very rough but very brief version of what those talents are things like based off personality, gain extra stats while in the Digi Farm, and many things like that. There's also the Analyze feature, which shows you weaknesses, stats, and everything of Digimon you've fought. There is also things like the Digimon Ride feature, which will allow you to ride on the back of said Digimon, and in this demo you got to ride on Garurumon, which is a really good option especially for maneuverability. That being said, there are a couple of negatives, but it's really nitpicking. I imagine because it is a demo of the game and not the full release, these things will likely have been changed and or fixed. One, and probably the most noticeable, is when you open the menu and you move or do anything within the menu too quickly, it does break the sound. But again, I feel that's something that will not be in the final game. One last thing before I wrap up, there is a Digi Attack outside of battle feature that if you are strong enough, you will one-shot them, so don't be afraid to use that to help even out your grinding. With all that being said, that was my under 5-minute review of Digimon Story Time Stranger. I would be very grateful if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you guys in a live stream or in the comment section down below.